following presentation is a demonstration of hardware overview of the Lecture Recorder X2, and this particular video is being recorded in a single stream mode with two video sources. We'll talk about the different modes the product can be in, or this is an example of a single stream mode. Lecture Recorder X2, just starting from the hardware interface perspective, we're just going to walk through its capabilities. Basically, you can have in a lecture hall, meeting room, conference center, multimedia event source, video camera, a display of the presenter, and audio fit into the lecture recorder hardware. And the lecture recorder hardware then can stream and record using different picture-in-picture formats. The picture-in-picture can be sent through independent streams, or picture inside picture, or picture beside picture. And this, as I mentioned earlier, is an example of picture inside picture in the top right hand corner. From a hardware point of view, we're just going to walk through the hardware interfaces to Lecture Recorder X2. On the top here, on the input side, these are all inputs on this side of the device. There's audio in, DVI input connector, but also using an adapter, you can go HDMI or VGA into the same connector. In this particular case, I've got an HDMI to DVI adapter. The S-video source from my camera, it can also be composite. Next to it is a USB input where we can attach peripherals, and in this particular case is an example for an input. We could plug in a USB mouse and use that to start and stop recording. Next to that are progress indicator lights. Flashing blue means recording, such as we're doing right now. Flashing red is capturing. And next to it is another way of start and stop recording. It's just a toggle switch. Next to that is a factory reset trigger. There's obviously a special sequence. We don't want people pressing that by accident, but during a special sequence it'll do a restore of the factory configuration. Just turning the device slightly will show the output side. And here we can see there's an Ethernet output port, another USB expansion port. In that particular case, you can plug a storage key for copying the recording straight to a USB key at the lecture location or the presentation location. Next to that is a DVI out that I can plug into a monitor or an overhead projector. It's a very important feature that it's also got a built-in converter. So if I feed VGA on this side, I can put DVI, HDMI, or VGA out. Or if I feed VGA, any type of source there, I can put any of the other outputs or inputs there, saving a extra converter kit having available in your meeting room or conference room. And lastly is audio out. Can be used for monitoring the analog input, make sure that the sound is working, and or feeding it to external pass-through speakers or into a monitor that may have an audio input. So that's an overview of the hardware from an interface point of view. Single device to capture, stream, and record and replay. It's integrated with power over Ethernet, saving extra power supplies and reducing power. It's got built-in splitters and converters, again reducing power, reducing the number of devices required in the conference room or meeting room or lecture hall. You don't need a dedicated capture computer that's with a card and splitters under the podium or behind the podium. And it's very simple to use and secure in that it's non-obtrusive. It's just simple audio-visual cables between the presenter and the capture device, Lecture Recorder X2. There's no software to install on the presenter's computer, no networking to do in the presenter's computer. You don't have to give the presenter access to your network. And it doesn't have to be a laptop. It could be any kind of device that has a VGA, DVI, or HDMI source. And there's no performance degradation on the device being captured. No interference. It's portable as well, and you can see the size of this pen. Fits in a laptop bag, checked or carry-on baggage, and you don't have to carry a computer and DVI splitter, a capture card, or maintain spares and extra equipment. You can ship these devices to your multimedia events and ship them back quite cost effectively. or just carry them on with your laptop. If you require additional information, just visit our website for more documentation and videos and product descriptions and information on how to obtain the product.